Where the trial of former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has commenced in earnest with charges relating to alleged procurement fraud of $4.5 billion and £2.8 billion. A prosecution witness, Monday Osazua, narrated to Justice Rahman Ushudi of the Lagos State Special Offences Court how Emefiele directed him to collect $3 million in cash. Osazua, an employee of the CBN, also told the court that he collected the money from a businessman on behalf of Emefiele. BKO, the testimony of Osazua also revealed some, revelations that the highest money he collected from Mr. Emefiele was about $1 million in cash, all the money. And he never took, according to him, I never took anything out of the money. What do you make of all these revelations?
I'm not surprised because the CBN under Emefiele was so badly run. Emefiele can go around with king-size Bibles, but it doesn't take away the fact that he ran the CBN in a very responsible manner. That's why I say, without equivocation, that is the worst CBN governor in our history. So many things happened. So many things. And on top of it all, you are as clean as a sewage pit, you are the one who is now punishing Nigerians with Naira repainting. Politically instigated, politically motivated Naira repainting that cost the lives of our people, that destroyed small-scale businesses. Many people have not recovered as we speak. Look at the interventions, CBN getting involved in things that it shouldn't be bothered about. Anchor Borrowers Program, where people took loans using fake cooperatives to access loans and they never paid back. Go and look at the record, the percentage of people that paid back, to tell you that the whole scheme was a failure. And to tell you, to explain in bold relief to you that it was such a massive failure. The intervention was meant to drive down prices of food, cassava, rice,
grains,
and the like, Instead of driving down, rice price began to go sky high. So that is the biggest evidence that it was such a failure, because the goal was to stimulate production, which would then lead to
fall in prices.
Yes, we never experienced that. In fact, rice went to record high prices under this Emefiele of a man. If we look at some of the charges that they brought against him,
about 26 charges.
You said he allocated forex of 2,136,391,737 without bid, no competitive bidding, nothing. Corruptly received $26 million from NIPCO. Corruptly received $7,720,000 from Raja Punjab on account of forex to his employer. Conferred corrupt advantage on his associate, Limelight Multidimensional Services Limited, to the tune of 900 billion naira. There are others that Majid will also throw some light on, because he's been doing some research on Emefiele. He has not even had sleep for this. Been doing some research. The changes being done, because the CBN is a regulator, for God's sake. To regulate even the banks was difficult for him to do. And that only happens if you don't have integrity. How do you regulate them? We never knew that the banks had more than $7 billion in their
$7 billion.
Yes, $7 billion in their vaults. And we are saying we don't have enough forex to supply the foreign exchange market. It took Cardoso to say, I'm giving you 48 hours, you must sell what you have. When Cardoso said we are moving into a strong regulatory environment, when he told the Senate, they thought he was joking. You can see some of what is getting them to do now. You cannot take a loan in Naira terms and use foreign exchange to collateralize it. No. All of those measures bringing sanity into the sector. He inherited more than 6,000 bureau de change operators. He sent packing about no, they have only about 1,500 or so left out of over 6,000. Sent packing more than 4,000. Yes. Even if I was reading Premium Times where they said some of the bureau de change operators registered their bureau de change outfits with funny names like Rice and Beans Bureau de Change.
Yeah, we have a lot of them. We see,
you know, and they were making, they're giving them. This, I mean, it's very funny.
Yeah, indeed, it can be really appalling. But when we talk about this issue, BK, what can be done to, strengthen our public institutions, from preventing this kind of situations from reoccurring, because it sends a negative message to the outside world. So what can be done to strengthen public institutions like this?
Our leadership recruitment module must change. We must do background checks. We must get the best. Nigeria has some of the best human resources in the world. Everywhere Nigerians are doing well. God has blessed us with tremendous brains. But we often don't recruit the right people. That is the problem. Before you make somebody a CBN governor, for example, you have to do some background checks.
Right.
Is this person good enough for this position?
Competent, yeah.
You have to, once we find the right people who have integrity, people who are not swayed by money, and there are many of them. You know how Obasanjo, I may not be an admirer of Obasanjo,
right?
Right. But Obasanjo, in picking Akuili, Dora Akuili,
technocrats, yeah.
He did some research and discovered that Dora was sent abroad on a course. Dora finished, Dora brought back. She didn't spend all the money, brought back the rest. Some other people would have filed different kind of claims just to find a way to use the money. She didn't do that. So if we find the right people, and finding the right people also cuts across party lines. That's where the Americans are different. The president of the US, of America, will headhunt someone in the rival Republican Party. Yeah. If he believes that person is the best. I remember the former Secretary of Commerce also at that time was headhunted from the rival party. After all, it's the country. We want the best for our country. Yeah. Some of your worst critics, you can still bring them into government. True. It's about service to fatherland. Or if I want to be gender sensitive, it's about service to motherland. Especially since you are here. But if we do not do that, we want to put our friend, or somebody that we know will not argue with us. Most people in Nigeria, across all leadership spectrums, they don't want people who argue with them.
No,